statement, and I now turn the floor to the representative of the Russian Federation.
Thank you, Madam President. We'd like to thank the Special Representative of the Secretary General and the head of the United Nations Mission of Assistance in Afghanistan for Ms. Lyons for her assessments of the situation in Afghanistan. We think that UNAMA plays an important role in coordinating international assistance to the Islamic Republic of Afghanistan. We would like to also thank the chairperson of the Afghanistan Independent Human Rights Commission, Ms. Shahrazad Akbar. Thank her for her statement. And we also welcome the participation in the meeting today of the permanent representative of Afghanistan, Ms. Ajala Raz. Madam President, Russia has always supported the peace process, which is conducted under the leadership of the Afghans themselves. And we have done a lot in order to move the national reconciliation forward and getting us to a direct intra-Afghan dialogue. On the 18th of March in Moscow, yet another meeting of an extended troika, Russia, China, US, plus Pakistan, took place. The representative of the Afghan sides participated in this, the delegates of the government of Afghanistan, the High Council on National Reconciliation, well-known political politicians, and the leaders of the Taliban movement. We also had honored guests from Qatar and Turkey. The Troika mechanism started in 2019, and since then it has played a significant positive role. Last week, the mechanism yet again has shown how important and needed it is, and also has shown that it can bring in a positive dynamic to the peaceful settlement process. In the wake of the negotiations, a statement by the extended troika was issued, and this statement placed the necessary emphasis and also called on the parties to show mutual flexibility. We expect that the yield of the Moscow work will be used by the Afghans when they discussed issues of substance they have on the agenda, so as to attain the long-awaited progress in the intra-Afghan negotiations. Maintaining the regional consensus as regards a peaceful settlement in Afghanistan remains a priority goal. And we plead for the combining of efforts of the extended troika with the work conducted by the Moscow consultation format, which, in addition to Afghanistan itself, also brings in all of the neighbors of the Islamic Republic of Afghanistan without exception, and the United States. It was under this umbrella in 2018 we saw for the first time the representatives of the government of Afghanistan and the representatives of the Taliban movement at the same table. We are convinced that what is most important now is to use the possibility for political solutions and compromises so as to get to national reconciliation as quickly as possible. And in this regard, we think that what we need to do is to consolidate of the international and regional efforts. New initiatives need to be carefully thought through, and the issues having to do with their added value, their agenda, and their modalities clarified. Madam President, we have read very carefully the most recent report issued by the Secretary General, the report on the UN work in Afghanistan. And we do share the assessment it contains about an unprecedented level of violence and civilian victims, first and foremost, women and children. Unfortunately, during the war, these bloody acts of terror have become a daily occurrence for the Afghan people. And behind many large-scale attack, we see ISIL. We can see that its Afghan wing, despite some losses, did not give up on its regional plans and is still trying to build its potential so it's to spread the terror activity to the neighboring Central Asia. Nor are we particularly optimistic about the illicit drug situation. Despite some measures which were undertaken by Kabul, drugs trafficking continues flourishing and continues feeding terrorism. And it remains a serious challenge for Afghanistan itself, for the region, and for the world. Against this background, I'd like to say that we're disappointed by the delays with issuing the next UNODC report. There is also not sufficient coverage of this topic in the report by the Secretary General either. The attempts to pass over this in silence or to downplay the very existence or the scope of the terrorist threat or the illicit trafficking threat in Afghanistan are unacceptable. We are grateful to the Special Representative, Deborah Lyons, who today reconfirmed in her statement the issue of the drugs trafficking threat. It is clear that Afghanistan will need the help and support from regional states, first and foremost from her neighbors and the international community, so as to tackle these challenges. Well, fundamental importance here is a full-scale use of the potential of proven entities, such as, for example, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, its updated contact group on SCO Afghanistan, as well as the Collective Security Treaty Organization. We will continue extending help and assistance to our friends in Afghanistan, and to do that inter alia through the Paris Pact as well. Madam President, in conclusion, I would like to yet once again underscore that as a long-term friend and partner of Afghanistan, we advocate the long-awaited and lasting peace at this long-suffering country. And implementing this goal would require that the Afghans themselves should be ready to work on the basis of a unified platform. It is only the Afghans themselves will be able to lead and steer the peaceful process in their country. Imposing any kind of recipes from outside is unacceptable. Regional and international partners should create conditions conducive to negotiations and extend sustained political and economic assistance. I thank you.
I thank the representative of the Russian Federation for his statement.